Padre. Happy Wednesday morning. Using Cheshire from Barrister and Mann this morning. Made me think about it because somebody commented on my video about Russian tea, about the only other tea scent they've used. I hadn't heard of that one. Mentioned Cheshire, and I was like, it's been a, to quote the kids, it's been a minute since I've used it. I'll be using the TSC Gorgeous Legacy brush with the shaving cadre coin on the bottom. So a couple of discussion topics for today. If you have your coffee, or I guess I'm on the West Coast, so by the time I get mine posted, half of you will probably already be more thinking about lunchtime, but I'm curious how many people plan their shaves the night ahead. I know I've been curious, these shave of the day photos, everything looks clean and dry and all that. I'm assuming most of you take that before your shave. You see, I don't do shave of the day photos often. It's been quite a while. I think the last time I did a shave of the day photo was when we were kind of razzing Chad about using a cartridge, and took a shave of the day photo with a cartridge. Still on my kick with the Feather SS with a Pro Guard blade in it. If I use this every day, then this Sunday will be my 100th straight shave, and I'll pull out my Jerry Stark straight razor for that. So let's talking about picking your shave, and every now and again, it's pretty rare where I will have something already planned when I wake up in the morning. When I get a new soap in, or samples, those types of things, those tend to sit on my counter until they get used and, you know, be at the head of the line, which I'm excited to try something new anyway. So that's kind of a gimme. Otherwise, it's kind of funny because I've got, maybe I'll do an updated den tour sometime, but I've got one drawer here that's got maybe 12 soaps in it. Other than that, everything else is in various locations in the bedroom. And the whole intention is that I would, you know, rotate what soaps are in the bathroom, and, you know, use this selection for a while and then change it out. But I find every day I'm thinking, oh no, I keep looking at the ones I have in the drawer here and think, yeah, I want something different. It's like, oh, I've used that the last couple of months, let's go find something else. So I find myself in the opening the drawers in the bedroom and trying to quietly go through it at 5:45 in the morning, because I'm sure my wife is not pleased that that's happening. But it's really a game time decision. So even today, I love this smell. So to talk about the soap. If you haven't used it, I would say this is a straight up. Let me see if they got notes on it. I don't think that they put scent notes on there. Nope. But this is, to me, a straight up Earl Grey tea. Which for me is awesome. I love the smell of Earl Grey tea. So I pulled this out of the drawer in the bedroom this morning. Keep most of my aftershaves on a shelf, actually right there. But even in the shower, the cadres off camping, and mentioning the smell of campfire, and so it made me think of, I've got this soap that smells just like, to me, just like a campfire, and I almost thought about switching over to that to use it. I didn't, but showing even after I pick something, it's really down to the moment I start lathering, so what I end up using. So just curious when everybody else picks what you're using and why is that? Is that because you have to, you're a shave of the day kind of guy and picture guy, and you have to take your pictures before you shave, and the night before you save time, or you don't want to make a lot of noise in the morning, or are you like me and it's just kind of usually on the whim? You might have a master game plan of this week I plan to use this or that, but on the moment I'll try something else. Just curious. The other thing that came up this morning, reading one of the shaving forums on Facebook. Now, that first pass on my cheeks was awesome. I mean, I think I was DFS, maybe plus, there's hardly anything left already, so that's good progress. I mean, distracted and talking and doing okay. But somebody was just kind of curious if a lot of the YouTube shaver guys had disappeared this year. And while there have been a few fairly popular ones that are gone, so there's a little discussion about YouTube burnout and that type of a thing. And part of it was just, the time commitment it takes for those guys, especially somebody like Josh or any of you other guys that put texts and pictures in your videos and stuff. That's adding to the production time. So don't get burnt out, Josh. Slow down if you need to, but some of the discussion was cost. If you're a reviewer, before you get super popular and people start sending you stuff, you got to foot the bill for all your own soaps. So I thought that was an interesting comment, because suspense. I just gotta watch the angle and pressure right here. This is where I tend to flatten the blade out and get some resistance. But I think for the most part, so I was just thinking that I think that's the way a lot of people view YouTubers, is they're the reviewers of all the new soaps and things that come out. Which I suppose for the guys with a lot of followers is probably more true than not. But it's interesting because you watch a lot of them, and not to pick on anybody in particular, but it's one guy that I still currently watch videos on and off for, but Ken Surfs. I know he gets a lot of free product, has a lot of subscribers, but I tend to watch him just the same way I watch you cadre guys. Is just the other stuff, what he did that weekend, hearing about his pinball machines. Again, not a slam for any reason because I don't watch it for the reviews, but the reviews are pretty minimal in reality, right? Here's my Ken Surfs impression. That's pretty good. If Ken ever watches my videos, love you, brother. But it really isn't an in-depth review of performance and all that stuff. It's just an overall, smells like this, smells good, almost as much as what we cover here. Suppose we do a little less because I told you what this soap smells like. I didn't tell you about the performance, all that. I'm not a review guy. Let you know what I'm using. Sometimes why, sometimes what it's like, sometimes I won't tell you what it smells like because I forget, or I don't have a lot of followers outside the cadre anyway. But it's funny because you look at somebody like Josh who's way into the review stuff and listing the ingredients, listing scent notes, talking about the history of the companies, trying to rate them. I would say objectively, but you can't. I don't think you can rate soaps objectively. But in a systematic manner where if you really want a review to base purchases on, things like that, it would be more of that type of a thing than a Ken Surfs type of a thing. But that was just kind of my comment, is that, I guess most people view YouTube shavers as review guys, but I don't think that's the majority of what they do. They use a lot of new stuff, so you can see it and you get the scent note quickly. But I know myself and some of the rest of us probably are more chatty and do more personal aspect than most of the YouTubers with 4,000 followers and things like that, and that's fine. And that was kind of my comment, is it really depends what you want to do. And somebody was saying that they had to slow down making videos because they couldn't afford new products, and I was like, well, then don't review a new product, just make a video. But yeah, I could see how it could get burned you get burnt out if you're doing it to get the 4,000 subscribers and you need the video production and Alright, so here we are, the third pass on the neck. This is the one that determines the outcome of the whole thing. Maybe you can see I'm doing not just top down, but also a little bit forward. The more forward direction I can get to this pass, the better the outcome is. The best outcome I can get is if I go this direction. I've seen some guys be able to get there straight to do that. I don't think my anatomy's built that way, or I just haven't learned that stroke yet. But I'm getting slightly better at getting a little bit of an angle to it. So as long as I can put pressure first in terms of the concentration, and then angle, there are a few 3-pass BBS shaves that have snuck in. Alright. So we'll find out together what this one was. Let's get a little grading time. So this the cheeks right here, there's something there. If this was a DE, I'd certainly go back and do an against the grain, get rid of that. We have super BBS. This will dry down to a BBS. The neck, I'm on the fence about. There's some stuff right in the middle again that's this direction. Down here it's pretty good. I got rid of that, so it's more up in kind of this pocket area here. So since I'm lathered up, we'll get rid of that real quick. But not bad. So anyway, I guess not a question in there anywhere, but just interesting how several of us from the cadre turned the video part. It's more of a, I think like Chris Noir says, his video log, his vlog, versus reviews and things. It's another way to communicate. And I agree with KJ that, I mean, you're shaving anyway. It might take a little minute or two more time while you're shaving. I think most of us, the video production is just throwing on an intro and an extra and uploading it. We're not doing much, if any, editing, because we ain't YouTube pros. But it's a lot easier just to, you know, I could have gotten to work and typed out all these comments and all that stuff, but it's just, well, pretty good here too. A little bit of sting, not much. I think I'm going to replace my alum block pretty soon. I had dropped it on one corner a while ago, dropped it on the other edge last week. It's like, I keep using it. But it's like, you know, these things are what, like $1.99 if you get the ones in a cracked case or something like that. I got a backup that I've had for over a year, so maybe it's time to pull that out. Anyway, just interesting to think, but just like that. I wouldn't have written to you about my little cracked alum block. You don't care. But hey, human interest, right? I guess we're that, we're the last story of the news. The whole, you know, dog saves little boy from crossing the street in front of a car. There's a bake sale going on or something like that. Shaving cadre videos, the human interest of YouTube. Where did I get this from? I think it's there. Rinse off the alum. So I guess I'll just wrap all that up by again, a thank you to everybody else that does videos. There's Lemon. Yeah, just kind of a cool way to get to know the personalities of each other. While it tends to be a lot quicker to read the journals, there are some times when it's actually something's going on and you can have the video playing in the background and you capture something from time to time. And you can't be reading the journal. I don't know. I guess it just all comes down to different strokes for different folks. So we're gonna finish up with the Nivea 2-in-1, and then off camera we'll be doing the Cheshire aftershave for scent mostly. So now I'd also encourage anybody that watches the videos that hasn't done one. I get it. I thought I enjoyed watching shaving videos, but I knew that I'd get slightly mocked at home for what you got the camera up, you're doing a video, and just kind of the whole what am I gonna say, and nobody wants to look at this ugly mug and all that stuff. I get it. And again, different strokes for different folks, but it is, I think you've seen it is pretty cool. Everybody's been a little hesitant in post one. People are supportive and they go, hey, pretty cool to see you and thanks for doing that. And so think about it. Start with an easy one, do the 7 sins of day. See, if I edited, we'd edit that right out. The 7 deadly sins of shaving, or you've got a list of your shaving products and things like that you say your favorites or worst, that kind of thing, or an unboxing, something like that, where you're not shaving in front of the camera and worried about what you're doing here and in the video, whatever. But come on board and join us if you get the itch, and I will see you guys on the forums. Thanks for watching.